As an engineer, I'm fascinated by details and how things work. And being part of the Planning Commission, I've learned about infrastructure maintenance. How do they build our roads? How long do they last? Why do they build them in the way that they build them? How developments go in, how wide are the streets and why?
The Planning Commission is a volunteer advisory group to the City Council, and we deal mostly with applications for land use and zoning matters. So new buildings going up, new businesses in town, housing developments.
We verify that the projects that are coming meet all of our zoning codes, and then we make a recommendation to the City Council. And in the end, the City Council makes all the final decisions. But it's our job to review the applications from an independent perspective, to provide the City Council the feedback that they need in order to make the most informed decision possible.
Most of what we do is basically playing umpire, calling balls and strikes. Does this meet the rules of the city or does it not?
And as things change over time and rules need to change, we get rid of rules that we don't need anymore. We change rules that are outdated, and we'll add new rules as new technologies become available or different types of buildings or projects.
The first thing we look at usually is the land use and the zoning for the area. So if they're trying to put a fast food restaurant in, does that make sense in the middle of a bunch of houses? Or if they want to put in a new factory, does that make sense down where you've got a bunch of daycares or schools? And so those are mostly the things we're looking at is, does this development make sense where they want to build it? Is it something that meets the rules that City Council has laid out? And is it something that is going to cause issues to surrounding landowners that we just can't fix by putting rules in place?
The public hearing is important to give us that input from individuals directly affected, or just have a concern in the community to provide that feedback to help us make the projects better.
And so a lot of what we do, try to do through the public hearings is give people the chance to express themselves, but also give them information as to if they have a concern. We have city staff on hand who can answer those concerns, maybe take that feedback back to a developer and see if we can get things changed. I think the biggest misconception the public has about the Planning Commission is that we can just choose to not do something if we don't like it. And so if we have a particular business that wants them to come into town, so let's say another fast food place wants to come into town, people think, well, we can just deny it because we already have too many fast food places. That's not what we get to do. We have to play by the rules that have already been laid out. Anyone who is a resident and registered to vote is able to serve on the Planning Commission or any other city commission. We don't have to have a certain background. If you're a resident and you're eligible to vote, you should apply. We have people of all different backgrounds, and that's what makes the Planning Commission, I think, so successful, is because we don't have all realtors. We don't have all lawyers on the commission. We have people with different backgrounds. We have people who have lived in Cottage Grove all of their life, and we have people who have moved here as adults. And so we all see it differently, but that's what makes the Planning Commission successful.